Hello everybody, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2, one of the in-between episodes. Think I'm going to play around and do some recording and record up to at least the level that of episodes that the other two I'm playing with are at. Oh, I was on my throne. For some reason it throws you backward out of it every time you get out. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, I think I might try to get at least to the same number. That way, if people are watching us all, because you want to watch all the multiple perspectives of everyone playing, we will all be in the same number eventually. That way, there's less of the confusion. So, if you haven't watched my first episode, or any of my friends' episodes, Agrarian Skies 2 is a mod pack um, assembled by JDCat, where she also has done a lot of the customization of the files and even added some of her own mods into it to facilitate her vision of what a skyblock world should be, which generally is a little bit difficult, more difficult I should say, than a normal world. Um, and sometimes easier too. I mean, really it's not that hard. You just gotta, be patient for the resources, because you're not gonna be able to go and grab a pick and a mine and go mine up the world and get everything. And you also have to be a little bit careful because you don't want to run off the platforms and die. I've done that. Well, not really run off. We had a little bit of a construction problem in between episodes, like, I don't know, episodes 3 or 4 or something like that. I was digging up one of the wooden support platforms and fell, and that was not fun. So, I am the only death so far in this mod pack, and my friends have made fun of me thoroughly for it. We aren't playing hardcore though, so you lose the tools you have and any of the belongings you have, and that's about it. I try to, unless I'm into getting something big done, to have a minimum inventory. Have what I like to carry around on me. More stuff that if I need it, I don't have to annoy everybody by getting away from them. So there is a community matic. I have my own weaker flint matic because if I'm tilling soil, why do I have to go, hey, give me the community one? And I have my own flint pickaxe, which, yeah, one might be better a lot of times to get something else because it's not very upgraded. And I think the one that everyone else is using actually is upgraded to the point where a flint one can harvest mossy stone. We have mossy stone set up over here. This is, yeah, see, if you look, oh, last time I called this NEI, it actually is not. It is JAWA. It's what am I looking at? So I did catch that I called it NEI last time, and I just kind of rolled with it. But it's actually called JAWA, the thing on the top of my screen. For those that aren't familiar with the mod packs, JAWA is the whole idea behind it is meant to identify what a block is, and if what you're using in the mod pack allows you to harvest it. You'll see, like, sometimes they'll say, oh, hey, I should not use this on this clay. It is not harvestable. But I can use this on the clay, and not that. Good information to know. That way you're not losing blocks. I have it definitely enabled in the cases of a skyblock game, where that can easily happen. And I'm still apparently on my building the toast craze. I do this from time to time. Just go over there, idly collect lots of toast, come back over. As I said before, though, this doing a little bit of a semi-test episodes, semi-in-between episodes. You can see what we have, see what we're kind of maybe possibly indicate where we might be going, and I talk a little bit more about the mods. Like, I see a lot of times when people will be running around, and we just are getting things done a lot of times the nights we're recording in a group, and we don't really stop to explain the mods. I mean, videos out there have been done for mod explanation, but it is nice sometimes to know what we're doing. This mod that I'm actually, this pick is from, is one of those ones that's nice, but also one of those ones that can be a pain to learn. Tinkers is the base mod, but is also Tinkers with iguana tweaks on. So what Tinkers does is it gives you basically a new toolpath. You can build things, then enchant them. There's a book too for it, I think. Yeah, Materials in You. That's a Tinker's book. Okay, but Tinker's Construct. Basically allows you to build new tools, enchant them. You get a selection of different tools you can use, and just gives you a different path for how to use them all. But with iguana tweaks on, it also, let's see if I can show you here, it also removes your normal tool path. So you got to be a little careful when you're making things like, oh, I'm going to go and make, a wooden axe because I need to cut down trees. If you hover over it, this tool cannot mine anything. Exclamation point for dramatic flair. Can only be used for crafting. So that can be a bit of a problem if you run into this and you go and punch your trees, and after you're done punching your trees you're like, why the heck can't I use my axe that I just made from punching trees to make more trees? Getting stuck in this door. So how does this work though? Well, instead of building things up with the normal components, you have to know you have to build a few different chests, and you have to build patterns to make the different pattern heads, which if you actually hover over them, push down shift, you can see what you can make them out of: stone, flint, bone, obsidian, netherrack, nether quartz, yada yada yada. Now this might not look that big of a deal. It's like, oh yeah, you just grab some stone. Well, riddle me this: in a normal world, how do you get stone without a pickaxe of wood? Stone will just break. So one big step that iguana tweaks makes you do is it makes you have to find flint. Flint is gettable without stone, but for that you have to find loose piles of gravel somewhere in the world, and then with iguana tweaks on, that gravel doesn't actually drop flint. You have to take 3 gravel to a crafting table, and it'll make flint. Then you put your flint in a part builder with a particular head. So the pattern goes here, the flint would go here. Then you get your part build, and then your tool rod pattern would go here. You'd put some wood in, you get your handle, and then you'd have the basic of one of your parts. Some of your parts require a little bit more than that. Like you see here, this one requires a head, a binding, which is a separate part that you have to build, which you can build out of wood, and the handle wood. So this one's just 2 pieces. Mattock is kind of their solution to a shovel in this pack. Mattock, here it is. So it has a shovel head on it and an axe head on it, and it's an overall neat tool. If you find anything that a normal shovel is good at digging up, the Mattock can dig it up. If it's wood, you can use it as an axe. I carry an axe around for that too, but I mean, you can use the Mattock. It also allows you to till soil. I don't know if there's any untilled soil. Wait a minute, if I jump on this soil, doesn't it untill it or something? Yeah, there. Say it till soil. So the Mattock's a neat little tool. So pretty much right off the bat, once you build those tools, you pretty much only need those 3 for starting. Neat thing with it is that if you're doing that, it's really easy to repair your tools. You just grab your flint. This is a bit of a waste, but I'm just show you what I'm talking about. And this one's already been damaged. Put your flint in. Oh look, it's fully healed. You can do that right in your inventory station. So that's pretty neat. I guess that would have been a better one to use the example on. But oh well, do it again. So it is not bad to keep your tools up to crafting spec, because flint, stone, stuff like that, pretty easy. You get some of the rarer material, it's not bad, but if you really think about it, what it used to be, it cost a lot more. The tools change. Like flint can be easily crafted into the heads. The stone can. Some mods don't allow stone though. Last mod I was on was Resonant Rise. You couldn't make a stone head for anything. You had to go straight from flint to a metal of some sort. This mod pack isn't that rough when it comes to compared to that. But you run into some issues with it if you start trying to like progress too far past what your tech level should kind of be, I guess. You know, if you're gathering tons and tons and tons of iron, yeah, moving on to iron might not be bad, but it also has some issues. Personally, I like flint. I'm a really big fan of the flint tools. I probably should upgrade to stone just because we have a lot of stone. Oh, hey, detour time. So, one of the first things we made might have been made towards the end of the first night, or this batch, the beginning of this batch, is a, what do you call it, memory break now. Cobblestone generator, thank you, brain. And it's kind of a bit hard to tell from the outside. Oh, whoa, crud. Okay, that's going out really far out there. It's really hard to tell on the outside, but basically, lava here somewhere, water here somewhere, where the two mix makes cobblestone. You break the cobblestone, and we had a very rudimentary cobblestone generator that you could sit at for a long period of time, dig up hundreds of cobblestone, 50% of them would be burnt up into the lava, and you'd get another like 50% and be bored and not want to do anything. Then Blaq industrialized it somehow, a transfer node. Never really looked this up, but it was definitely a main focus for a while. I don't think it was too... Wow, look. It might help if I spell things correctly. This is NEI, by the way. So for the transfer nodes, you build up a whole bunch of this stuff. Ah, that was why he wanted so much redstone. He was very adamant in trying to get redstone. He was like, this is a stupid amount of redstone I need. Now I know why. That's not too bad. But the idea was he get this, and what it does is it allows you... It takes solid blocks and transfers them into being an item and into a crate or something. In this case, it's JAWA barrel. So the JAWA barrels carries 64 stacks of 64. That's a lot of stone in there. And this thing has been responsible for creating it. But what can you do? It's really fast. So we have kind of an infinite supply of stone. Personally, I think actually we are doing better on stone than we are doing on wood, possibly. So right now, as we stand, stone is... Oh, look at that. There must be something in here. Ah, yes, it does hold a world interaction upgrade. I am guessing that maybe it's a pick? Oh, okay. So it actually does something. So it probably has some kind of pick in there, and it counts the pick as, like, breaking this stuff. That's interesting. Because I didn't know how that worked. So, infinite supply of stone. Being that we have more stone than wood, we have transitioned over to building in stone. Which, this is my current little expansion off. I know, building, it's exciting, isn't it? But, ooh. The idea here is that I wanted to have something to expand out and do some farmings and botania with. We have two people I'm playing with. One of them is BlaqTiger, and I don't think he has really expressed any desire to get involved in farming, but he is definitely interested in finding things to get automated. So he's been doing a lot of work with the goal of having automation machinery in mind. I kinda was doing this farm here, and I'm not really sure what was going on with it. I kind of, in between the episodes, played around with it because the crops are a little different in this one. You can't just plant seeds on this. It's got a mod called Agricraft in there, and what Agricraft does is it creates, I don't know if you can kind of see, there's like these little sticks sticking up on every one, and I think the actual thing, the part is called crops. But the idea behind it is it's kind of like the little straightening sticks that you would use if you had a nursery and we're trying to grow crops. So you put them down on, oh, here, let's go over here. I know what, this will work. You put them down on tilled soil, and you can plant seeds in there. But they have another thing where if you put a second one on there, it creates this cross crops bar. And what this does is it's supposed to be like a hybridization component. What it would be doing is, there we go, look at that, seeds. It's growing some seeds. So what it did is it took like this plant and this plant as parents, and it created this plant. Now, played around a little bit with this. If you see the stats there, every seed starts out originally as 111. As you hybridize them, each one of the stats can go up by 1 every time. So you could theoretically have a 222 if you're really lucky, but I was not. I went through and have a bunch of other random things. You can kind of see them around here where the jumps were. There's some jump here that was really small, but so in theory, the seed should take something from both its parents. So this one was a 10.6.5. This is a 10.7.6. So this one hopefully will be like a 7.10.7 or 8.10.7 or something. Let's hit it and find out. Now, this mod has a device. It's called the Seed Analyzer. I'm not sure. Like I said, someone else was building this stuff. This is kind of his area, so kind of sneaking in here and using his stuff. But that was a 7.10.5. That's a 7.10.6. This is a 7.10.6. So it probably... I've heard that you don't actually have to cross them unless you're trying to create something new. If you're just trying to use the same seed, it only uses one parent, so it probably used this parent. The 6.10.5. Should probably knock that out and put those seeds somewhere else, so that way we can try to just grow a child without any of the potential other things in between. Let me go out. Here we go. 111. I've been slowly kind of breaking these as we've been playing because there's no real need for filling up the whole area of 111s if when I have better upgrades. Now, like I said, the stats here, if you're not familiar with Agricraft, growth is how fast it grows. So you can get all the way up to a 10. So at 10 growth, it'll grow really fast. At 10 gain, it'll give you a significant amount of output. So let's see. Right now I have 1 wheat, right? So if I hit that and pick it up, just got 3 wheat from that gain of 7. As those people know who play, that's not bad. I mean, you gain up there. So when you come down to limited crop space, or if you just want to make more bang for your buck in growing time, it helps to have those crops. I've heard some people refer to them as super crops, I believe. Is that 10-10-10? But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I've never really come up with naming conventions for it. But, yeah, so wheat has been kind of what we decided to go on to in the first place. We were looking at all the different food resources you could use, and part of what we came into was that we had potatoes, we had wheat, and for potatoes to get any use out of them, you have to heat them up for... Well, you can eat them light, but yeah, it's not really that good. For bread, a potato was giving, I think, more than regular bread, but then if you heat the bread up, it becomes toast, which magically toast is more nutritious. And that gives you more filling. Now, one thing with this is that, is that full? It is full. Put it here. I like the better barrels, or the JAWA, just another better barrel mod, or something like that, add-on. I like the JAWA barrels better than these storage drawers things. These cap out really quick. I mean, the bigger ones have a lot more room. These are nice for things you don't have a lot of quantity of. Yeah, we're tending to put things that we're going to get possibly infinite amounts of quantity of in here, so that is the problem that we're running into. Like this could go in the drawers, and that could go over there. But I really haven't been playing around too much with the storage to rearrange anything yet. And the other people have been more than happy to arrange everything themselves, which is okay by me, because if I arrange things, it's normally like 5 years too late. And we'll see what we got here. Be 7, 10, 6. What was the parent again? 7, 10, 6. Oh, you did not upgrade at all for me, Seed. Let's break that, put that in. I don't know why I decided to do that, but 7, 10, 6. 7, 10. Are these 7, 10, 6? 6, 9, 5. Okay. Yeah, I'm going around to the ones that are almost grown and breaking them, because that's just how I roll there. Might need to make more of these sticks. My thought here was try to use these for breeding, but need more sticks for that. The sticks have a fairly decent recipe. I mean, it's not that hard. Just regular sticks in a square. Oh, look, you get 4, so it's, I mean, it's not incredibly expensive to build. Actually, Agricraft by itself is a fairly cheap mod. But for right now, I've been trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter. I'm going to end here, and when we come back, or when on the next episode, I'll pick up and attempt to experiment with this mod. Later.